Hi, I'm Ryan, the voice behind Beer by the Numbers. I know, I have a face for radio. When I started this channel 6 months ago, I really had no idea how fun and engaging it was going to be. I feel truly blessed for all your feedback and support over the past 6 months, and I want you to know that you have brought in so much joy into my life. As I passed the 200 subscriber mark, I was trying to think of a special video I could do in order to celebrate the occasion. And the inspiration actually came while I was researching my Off Flavors video, when I was talking about a certain conspiracy that was going around the beer nerd community about large macro breweries and purposefully skunking of their beer. Now, while I was researching beer conspiracy theories, I came across several disturbing YouTube videos spreading a lot of misinformation about beer. And since this channel is dedicated to spreading quality information about beer, I feel compelled to take some action. So in this video, I'm going to debunk one of these beer conspiracy videos. I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you again for all the support. Hello beer nerds, this is Beer by the Numbers, and today we're debunking a beer conspiracy video that's spreading a lot of bad information out there on YouTube. You can find a link to the original video in the description below, but without any further ado, let's get started.
Capitalist Beer Bar Conspiracy, September 6, 2016.
Alright, we're off to a good start so far. Let's see how these greedy capitalist beer bars screwed over Joe Sixpack here.
Someone had asked me why beer tastes better in a bar than it does at home. I figured the beer in a bar is colder than a beer at home in the refrigerator.
Now just to be clear here, he's talking about bottled beer at the bar, and it takes about 4 minutes of this video before he makes it clear that he's talking about bottled beer and not talking about draft beer. Just wanted to save you some time so that you don't have to watch this whole thing.
The coolers in bars are kept just above freezing and are designed to keep beer cold. Your refrigerator at home is not made as well.
Dang shoddy foreign refrigerators.
Things on the bottom of the refrigerator are generally a little warmer than the things on the top shelf.
Okay, that's just not true. The bottom is the coldest place as warmer air rises and cold air sinks. The same thing that makes hot air balloons float. It's convection.
Beer has a little alcohol in it, so it can actually be kept a little bit cooler than 32 degrees without freezing.
Alright, that's actually true.
So Saturday I went to the bar and the beer was not as good as mine at home. After a couple of beers I decided to go to another bar and order the same kind of beer. The beer at that bar was absolutely undrinkable. I took one sip, looked at the date on the bottle, and could not figure out why this beer tasted bad.
Well, there's a variety of reasons beer might have tasted worse in the bar, many of which I go into in my Off Flavors video. But since we're talking about bottled beer, it's likely a storage issue at the bar.
Now, this is an Italian mafia bar conspiracy.
I thought this was a capitalist beer conspiracy. When did the mafia get involved?
This is where the conspiracy comes in. And I'm not sure how it works. But I have a clue. Budweiser is almost a mafia-run organization. In fact, it is a cartel.
Well, AB InBev is actually a Belgian conglomerate, not Italian, but they do exhibit some cartel-like behavior due to the laws their lobbyists help write after Prohibition. So, half true?
For the right amount of cash, I imagine you can bribe the truck driver to deliver nasty-tasting beer to your competition.
Okay, I see what's going on now. The mafia-paid delivery drivers are bribed by evil capitalist bar owners to send bad beer to their competition. It all makes so much sense.
Because we are now living in an age where customers don't bother complaining for fear of being labeled some kind of tinfoil hat wearing paranoid schizophrenic.
I wonder why anyone would tell him that.
You know, when I called the Board of Health on a bar because of the nasty tasting beer, the Board of Health went to the bar, called me back, and said there was a little cider in the beer.
I didn't know the Board of Health tested beer for cider. I didn't even know the Board of Health called you back.
He assured me the cider wouldn't harm me.
Whew, that's a relief. I was really worried for a minute there.
But there was nothing illegal about them selling beer that turned into cider.
That's not illegal. That's alchemy.
If you leave an old bottle of vinegar laying around, it'll eventually turn into cider.
Is he thinking of apple cider vinegar? That's a pretty fancy ingredient for the bars he's going to.
I don't believe it was an accident that these bars are serving cider-tainted beer. If they are not in the mafia paying the mafia tribute, their bar is going to get the cider-tainted beer, and they are going to go lose all their customers and go out of business.
That's right. You heard it here, folks. If your bar is not a part of the mafia capitalist conspiracy, they are going to get cider-tainted beer and go out of business. Jeez, I'm not even sure this guy could name an ingredient in beer.
No use calling the city health department. They're probably getting paid off by the mafia thugs to keep quiet about the cider-tainted beer.
Of course, those health inspectors are rolling in that sweet, sweet mafia cash. Hey, wait a second. Wasn't it the Board of Health guy that called you and tipped you off to all this in the first place?
The capitalist system no longer works. It's no longer about making a better product for the cheaper price and you win. It's more about, bribing truck drivers to deliver tainted beer to your competition, and that way everybody has to come to your bar to buy the expensive beer for twice the price.
You know what? There's about 10 more minutes of this video, and I just don't think I can handle much more. When I first watched the video, I laughed hysterically at all the ridiculous things this man was saying, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that unchecked, we might be up to our ears in crazy beer videos, just like all the flat earth and reptilian videos. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments section below. Or if you'd rather never see something like this again, you can feel free to tell me that too. Thank you all for your continued support, and I promise I have a Prohibition video on the way. There's just so much good material and it's been hard to narrow it all down. Stay curious, beer nerds, and remember, don't believe everything you hear on the internet.